on 8 out of 10 Cats. Twinkle Winkle Little Star, Claudia Winkleman. Happy Shappy, Shappy Corsandi. And 13 Captain, Sean Locke. And facing them tonight, Yummy Brummy, Jamelia. Would you Adam and Eve it? It's Eastenders, Charlie Clements. And 13 Captain, Jason Manford. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, Brits consume more than half of all the crisps eaten in the EU, and then when the EU isn't looking, we eat the rest of them. Pound for pound, the tongue is the strongest muscle in the body, is a terrible chat-up line. But it works. 25% of people have found romance in a pub. I'm not sure romance is exactly the right word in that context. I don't know many Barbara Cartland books that end, and then he did me in the gents with a curry-flavoured condom. And 9% of people regard their work as meaningless. Right, let's get on with this celebrity panel show about opinion poll surveys and statistics. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what stories they've been discussing this week. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. Jason, your team to go first. Oh. Jamelia, Charlie, what have the nation been talking about?
It's got to be snow, hasn't it?
It's absolutely got to be.
And what's funny is it's become a national story now. It's hit London. But we've had it for ages in the northwest. We've had it since about 1984.
Luckily, you don't go on about it.
You're enjoying it right now. You're at a stage where you're like, oh, look at it, it's all white, so we can build snowmen, and don't our gardens look like everyone else? Hell is coming, London. Hell is coming. You know, in Manchester, there's people, like, looting B&Q for sleighs and wellies. Like, rock salt has got a bigger street value than crack cocaine. It's not good.
Charlie, how are things in the square? How's Doc coping?
Yeah, I think she's all right. I don't know.
Because it's icy outside the Vic, isn't it?
Yeah. No, they're getting on all right, I think.
Of course they are. They recorded it months ago, so
yeah,
it's not snowing there, it's fine.
But no, they're doing stuff at the moment, which will come out in about 8 weeks, so that'll look a bit weird.
That's a shame, because everything else in Eastenders is so realistic. I've still yet to see snow. I've got no heating in my house, though.
No heating in your house?
No heating in my house.
You can't work the buttons, can you?
I basically...
You just press everything.
You know there's
Lights coming on.
How do you know that?
Shutters in the garage go...
And so I've got no heating in my house. So my kids are sleeping. We're all sleeping in the same bed, and I've put the kids in tights. And they wear tights, right? And one of them's only little.
OK, good.
Listen to that, listen to Claudia. That is as irrelevant as most of the news coverage. If you watch the news, the coverage of the news is just ridiculous. People go, and we're going live to a gritting depot in Cheshire. And there's a woman standing there going, yes, I'm outside the Cheshire gritting depot, and there's a lot of grit moving out. They're doing it all night, getting the grit on the road, so... back over to you in the studio. It's some snow. That's it.
You do watch it and think travel chaos, yeah? Why'd you bother going there, then?
Yes.
If there's such travel chaos, how have you got the film crews everywhere in the country? This is the worst affected area. We've just arrived with a camera.
Have you been out and done a snowman? Have you done the snowman, Sean?
I haven't done a snowman, no.
What are you suggesting?
You won't touch a snowman.
What do I do a snowman for? What sort of dirty bastard? Even if I wanted to, I don't think I could.
You've got kids, Jamelia. Were they off school?
My kids don't go to school.
Your kids don't go to school? No, it's for the best.
I homeschool them.
Sorry. Good.
Do you homeschool?
Not really.
I homeschool them.
Well, good luck, Jamelia's kids. So all the best with that.
What do you mean?
You homeschool them?
What do you wear?
No, I know.
What do you wear? Yeah, that was my first thought. What do you wear, Jamelia? A saucy school teacher's outfit?
I know how I come across on these panel shows, right? But I am actually intelligent. I would not, no, you know, I wouldn't do something like that, you know.
Are they not sick of you, though? Like, after spending all day with you and then they get home? Well, they're at home,
Number one, we don't spend all day
Okay.
doing schooling because, like, children don't need the whole time. And we don't stay in the house either. Like, you know, sometimes we go to Tesco's.
Oh, where are we going tomorrow on our field trip? My mummy's getting a bikini waxed. Good luck, kids. Shall we have a look and see whether the weather is one of the most talked about things this week? I have a feeling it might be. Of course. Yes, this is the news that Britain has been struck by the coldest winter for 30 years. Lots of areas are in trouble because they're running out of salt to grit the roads. But I'm OK, because I live in quite a posh area of North London, and we don't use salt, we use paprika. Sean, Chappie and Claudia, what have the nation been talking about?
Is it the introduction of body scanners at airports to stop... I suppose crafty is the wrong word. Terrorists. Taking bombs in their pants, and then trying to set light to them with matches. So, yeah, they're going to have... no, obviously, it's an intrusion of people's civil liberties, their privacy, that you would be photographed naked.
And apparently they can see everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that the security staff, if they're going to see yours, you should be able to see theirs. So they should wear, like, a leather apron. Before you go into the booth, they go, come on, they go...
I think it should be a choice thing. You should be, you know, you might not want to see him, but if you want, you should have the option.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd love it.
Yeah, but then there'll be, like, a massive queue for the, like, 22-year-old blonde girl, and then the 50-year-old fat bloke going, there's nobody coming to my one.
I know the reason for it, though, is because of the underwear bomber. The near miss.
Well,
because this man had a bomb in his underwear and he started smoking out of his bottom in the aeroplane, and they grabbed him and they dragged him off to first class, which is the way to get an upgrade.
That's nice.
He set light to his pants, didn't he?
Yeah.
His trousers. And it took a while. It was a guy 3 rows back. The other people sitting next to him just going, oh, he set light to his trousers. I was watching Mamma Mia, don't blame him. I did that the first time I saw it. I was, oh, Christ, I'll just do something. Stop it.
It's a weird way to try and detonate. I think he should have got... The detonation device should have been someone pulling his finger. If he's going for full comedy effect. I've got a bomb in my pants, pull that.
That'd have been good, yeah.
Let's have a look and see whether airport scanners is one of the most talked about things this week. This is the news that airports in Britain are to introduce full-body scanners after a terrorist tried to blow up a plane on Christmas Day. I don't think they should be wasting money on body scanners. I think they should be spending that money on a bomb detector. Back over to you, Jason. What else have the nation been talking about this week?
I think Celebrity Big Brother.
Vinnie Jones, right?
Vinnie Jones, yeah.
Vinnie Jones. I've got nothing against Vinnie Jones.
No, best to get that in early.
Best get His son is fighting in Afghanistan. You know, a lot of respect for that. And I read a quote from him saying that my son is ready for the perils of war. He's been brought up around guns and fishing rods.
It's a shit name for a band.
Who needs a fishing rod in Afghanistan going to war?
Well, sometimes you want to get your gun back, and it's all the way over there.
I was really disappointed with Ronnie Wood's ex-girlfriend because we were all sold her as this Russian babe. She was sold to us under false pretenses, and I think it should be renamed as I've slept with a celebrity Big Brother.
Yeah.
Because she slept with Ronnie Woods, Dane Bowers and Alex have slept with Jordan, Vinnie Jones slept with Guy Ritchie.
It's like they've booked everyone on Chico's phone. They said they want to make this the most volatile one ever. And I think the way to make it really volatile is they sit them all around a table and they all reveal how much they got. Because Vinnie Jones says he got 350k, and he gets round to Lady Sovereign, and she gets £25 top-up on her mobile phone.
And let's have a look and see whether Celebrity Big Brother is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, Celebrity Big Brother has returned to our screens. There are 2 men in the Big Brother house that have slept with Katie Price. Of course, statistically, that was bound to happen. Sean, Claudia and Chappie, what else has the nation been talking about this week?
Jonathan Ross leaving the BBC. I reckon people have been talking about that.
BBC lost a lot of stars, haven't they? Wogan's gone, Tennant, Ross.
Yep.
All they've got is Bruce Forsyth, and with this cold weather... Claudia, you'll run the lot.
How would you know when Bruce is cold? He's always going...
I'll miss him.
You'll miss him.
I miss Jonathan Ross, yeah. But he causes a bit of controversy, doesn't he? And it's all got a bit too nicey-nicey.
I don't want him to leave.
You don't want him to leave?
No.
You might get his car parking space.
What am I going to do? This is a genuine question on Saturday morning. Genuinely. What am I going to do?
What are you going to do, Claudia? What about Four Puffs and the piano? Have they been going... We're still on, though, aren't we?
I think there's a very gloomy mood in Chariot Sauna this morning.
I find it really strange that he's, like, quit, like, everything to do with the BBC. Like... Oh, I forgot my question.
OK.
You're homeschooling him, you say?
It's in the middle of a maths lesson. It's 7 over 6 is divided by... Yeah,
Let's have a look and see whether Jonathan Ross quitting the BBC is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, this is the news that Jonathan Ross has quit the BBC. There's talk of Graham Norton being shunted into Jonathan Ross's slot late on Friday night. These showbiz types, I don't know. OK, fingers on buzzers. One more thing to get. What else have the nation been talking about this week?
Is it them trying to get rid of Brown again, aren't they? Hoon and Hewitt have decided they don't like him, and they sort of went, everybody's with us! Come on, let's get rid of Brown! And they all went, I'm all right, thanks.
Claudia, what do you think of Gordon Brown? Do you like him?
I do like him.
It's OK. No, that's fine. Fine to say that.
Yeah, I really like Gordon Brown, and I thought the coup was ridiculous. It wasn't a coup. It was less meaningful than a tweet.
Yeah.
It was just a...
You wouldn't even get rid of an Arcala with that coup, would you? Prime Minister.
He gets hated for, like, the most ridiculous reasons. I read he was voted worst-dressed man. Yes! In a magazine. I thought, well, at least he's won something. He'll always have that.
Yeah, but I like that. I like the fact he wears a bloody tie instead of that Cameron, who's like some sort of cool geography teacher sitting on the end of your desk like, call me Dave, call me Dave. Wear a tie. You look like you've been on a night out with Jamie Cullum, you prick.
I just think that they're just a bit boring, and I just think there could be a little bit, you know, more fun. I've met Gordon Brown's wife quite a few times, and she's really lovely, and she's invited me to the house for breakfast 3 times, and I've said no, because I just think it's going to be boring. Like, no,
Maybe you'd like to be strapped into a gyroscope, do you mean, and just span around? This is more like it!
I would just
Now
like
turn on the foam cannon.
Okay.
I love it round here.
I just honestly thought that it would just be boring. This is a normal, what do you call it, like a maison terraced house? Like, it's just on the street.
It's number 10 Downing Street.
Matt, what's inside, really? What's going to be inside? It's just a normal house.
It's the number 10.
Yeah, but so he's going to have this brown table and brown chairs.
It's not a normal house. Because his name's Brown, everything isn't Brown. He's not Mr. Brown. I can't believe you're a teacher. Someone get me social services on the phone. We're pulling those kids out of there.
I've been round there, I've been Gordon Brown. I went out, he's got a log flume in his bedroom. Brilliant. He said, come on, Sean. I said, I'm voting for you, Gordon! This is brilliant! And then he gave me a big hot dog, biggest one I've ever seen. And he said, you could have ice cream on it if you want. I went, and he said, don't use the toilet, just wet yourself. I went,
So let's have a look and see whether the attempted coup on Gordon Brown is one of the most talked about things this week. So, those were the most talked about stories this week. But in other news, it's been announced that there'll be a special bank holiday in 2012 to mark the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. What better way to commemorate the Queen's 60 years on the throne than by spending the day sitting on your arse doing fuck all? There'll be a parade of veterans, a commemorative horse race, and Prince Charles will mark the occasion by punching a wall so hard he breaks his hand. It's been reported that Susan Boyle has already made £5 million from the release of her first album. I bet that put a smile on her arse. Or face, or whatever she's calling it. And in their third test against South Africa, England's cricketers battled to a thrilling draw in what some people are already suggesting is the worst use of the word thrilling in history. So at the end of that round, Sean, Claudia and Shappy have 2 points, Jason, Charlie and Jamelia have 3 points. Our next round is called Pick of the Polls. Sean, Claudia and Shappy, your turn first.
Oh, yeah.
What do you like the look of?
Oh, the magician's hat.
You've chosen the magician. Here's a clip to illustrate the question.
As a professional magician for the past 16 years, I've seen firsthand the powerful effect that magic can have on the opposite sex. On this video, you'll see as we took a group of non-magicians, taught them the tricks, and let them loose. So let's watch now and see as they flirt with magic.
Excuse me, I was wondering if you happen to have lost this pen.
No, it's not mine.
Are you sure?
The thing.
This pen right here?
No.
Yeah, how about meeting me back here at 11 o'clock for a drink or so?
No, no. How do I know you're not some sort of a weirdo?
I'm not a weirdo.
That's the cigarette. Because all I need you to do is blow on the cigarette when I count to 3. Watch. 1, 2, 3, blow. Look, gone.
Oh, my God. So what else can you make disappear?
Flirting with magic there. OK, here's your related question.
OK.
67% of people believe in magic. True or false?
What?
Like wizards, like Harry Potter wizards.
Like wizards, Harry Potter, that sort of thing, Jesus, that sort of caper.
I think that there is magical things going on.
What sort of magical things?
Not telling you.
Oh, come on.
Well, I believe that the sky isn't the sky.
What do you think it is?
It's something else.
Really?
Unless the 67% of the people were children, that's impossible. Like, everybody knows. Disappearing is like an illusion. Card tricks is, card
But
trick.
some people do genuinely believe that David Bale...
That's
Find me one
rubbish.
person over the age of 5.5 who believes in
What about Darren Brown? Because he always says at the beginning, this isn't magic, and then he does loads of things that you're like, that was magic?
I think it was magic that he you know, the lottery numbers.
Yeah,
he picked the lottery numbers after they'd been announced. I thought that was amazing. They
pretty-
convinced people that was a trick.
The other thing with Darren Brown is that it's not just that he can do these things, it's that everybody in here, if you met Darren Brown and he started talking to you, you'd be thinking, what's he doing to me mind? Like, it's almost more important sometimes. If I was Darren Brown and everyone thought I could do anything, if I saw someone asleep on the train, say, I'd have a little wander over, right? I'd pull my pants down, right? I'd give him a little nudge, I'd go, thanks for that, mate, and then walk off, and he'd be...
OK, 67% of people believe in magic. True or false? What are you going to go with?
It's true.
True, yes.
OK, you're going to go true.
counts.
You're going to go...
I reckon it's true.
Are 67% of people asked mental?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we should go against them at least.
Do you think?
Let's
Time?
go false. Sorry, Bradley. I mean, just... I couldn't do that.
Sorry, Bradley?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Do you know that, like, the whole time I've been sat here, don't call him Bradley, don't call him Bradley, the whole time. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
OK, we'll go with false then. I don't even know what's happening
Well, I can tell you that the answer is false.
Ooh, OK.
I can tell you that only 33% of people believe in magic. Saying you don't believe in magic, but you do believe in God, is a bit like saying you don't have sex with dogs, except Labradors. Which, by the way, is a very good rule of thumb. Jason, Jamelia and Charlie, or Bradley, whatever you want to be called. OK, what do you like the look of?
Well, it seems a shame not to go with Albert Square, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Let's go Albert Square. Brilliant, OK. You have chosen Albert Square. We asked our studio audience, and the audience this evening, what they preferred, EastEnders or Coronation Street.
Oh, God.
What do you think they said?
I reckon, as we're down south, Enders.
So, did you kill him? Did you kill Archie?
I can't tell you.
Can't you tell us?
No, it's shrouded in secrecy.
Do you know if
I
he
don't
did it?
even know.
Do you know if he did
I've
it?
never seen that. It's
How weird would that be?
Nobody knows who did it.
It's like a documentary to you, isn't it?
Pretty out of it. May as well be.
Your life,
Yeah,
innit?
I'll just turn up and yeah.
Why is everyone in a pub at lunchtime? Why is there no Starbucks? What are we doing in a cafe?
Why is there a laundrette? Why has nobody got a washing machine?
How can you make a living selling 6 apples a week?
I'll come back to this.
That show's got the lowest carbon footprint on the planet, hasn't it? It never goes anywhere. You just go across the square and back.
Jamelia, do you watch soaps?
I do like EastEnders, Bradley. But... Sorry, Charlie.
You were so confident as well. You even gave him a cheeky wink of Bradley. OK, let's get you both to have a little guess. OK, we asked our studio audience, what do they prefer, EastEnders or Coronation Street? What are you going to go with, Sean?
Got to be EastEnders.
Yeah.
I have to say, I love EastEnders, and it's like my football team. Like, even when it's shit, I stay with it. So I reckon EastEnders is the most popular amongst the audience here.
I'll go with you. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
OK, fine. And what are you going to go for, Jason?
I'm going to go for Enders.
You're going to go for Enders?
Yeah.
I can tell you that 76% of our studio audience prefer EastEnders.
Yay!
You're both right. Unfortunately, I do sometimes miss the occasional episode of EastEnders because I'm not bedbound without the use of my arms or in prison. So at the end of that round, it's 3 points for Sean's team and 5 points to Jason's team. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your first one. New Year's resolution that's most difficult to keep.
Not smoking. Do you know what pees me off a bit about people who want to stop smoking? You just stop, don't you? Like, if you don't want to do something, just don't do it.
I can imagine you going around rehabilitation centres with that drug addicts going, just stop!
Say I want to give up chocolate.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine liking chocolate enough that I would go, like, outside just to eat a piece of chocolate. Like, how nice can smoking be?
Everyone outside pubs at the Dairy Milk type.
But have you seen those booths at, like, airports and stuff where they all go in and it's like you can't even see anyone in there and they're all like...
There's one bloke with a boost.
I just be nicer was my one.
Good luck with that.
Just generally? Generally. That's winning.
It's a shame it wasn't Be Creepier, because...
I think the answer is going to the gym, because the gym is rubbish and everyone knows it. Any kind of movement is just wank.
Yeah, no, that's a very specific
from
kind
that,
of movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you that's absolutely right.
Hey, come on!
Yes, the most difficult New Year's resolution to keep is to do more exercise. This year I'm pledging to get my body in shape. All I have to do now is pick a shape. I'm thinking of pears. Britain's favourite zoo animal.
Pandas. Pandas, because you like anything that's having less sex than you, don't you?
My 3-year-old, all she wants to see is a pigeon. Mummy, fingers crossed, we see a pigeon. I've just paid your entry
She's
fee.
definitely your daughter.
If in 40 years we see a woman walking around in tights in Trafalgar Square... that's one of the Winklemans.
I had a really traumatic experience. We went to a zoo and I was there with my daughters and stuff, you know, lovely day out with the family. And there was a baboon, I'm not lying out, and he was like...
Oh, yeah.
And he threw the...
Salty
I
stuff.
swear, at us, like... Should I tell you what the worst thing was? Like...
The worst thing?
No, the thing is, like,
I got baboon spunk thrown at me. Do you know what the worst thing was?
My daughter was like, oh, Mummy, what was it doing? And I was just like, no, I don't know. I didn't actually. I still haven't answered the question to this day.
That is not uncommon at a zoo. Monkeys they do like to knock one out.
But...
That is why people like the monkeys.
Really, I think it would be wrong. That would be wrong if... I mean, fair enough, the baboon's doing what he's doing. If they then put, like, a sort of, like, sequin Stetson on the baboon and then flashing lights going on and music, like, and the baboon's there with a light show. And there was people going around with drinks.
And another baboon with a pint pot collecting pound coins. OK, favourite zoo animal?
Is it a lion?
It's not a lion, but you're closer with a lion.
Is it?
Tiger.
Tiger is exactly right.
No way.
Yeah. No, tiger is the right answer. Yeah, Britain's favourite zoo animal is the tiger. Ooh, look at me, I'm a tiger, look at my stripes, said one jealous lion. That sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Claudia and Chappie have 5 points, Jason, Charlie and Jamelia have 5 points. It's a dead heat, everyone's a winner. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.
On 8 out of 10 Cats, the talented Mrs. Ripley, Faye Ripley. She's sunny and funny, Josie Long. And their team captain, Sean Locke. And facing them tonight, he's out of the den, Peter Jones. Who's a funny boy then? Jack Whitehall. And their team captain, Jason Manford. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
And welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, people in Sheffield have the most fillings and missing teeth in Britain? Finally, something to go on that Welcome to Sheffield poster. 34% of the under-30s don't know how to wire a plug. It's easy. Dad, how'd you wire a plug? 7% of men say they've taken credit for work they didn't do. And that's according to a poll I conducted myself earlier today. And 60% of teenagers say they only go to church for weddings and christenings and claim they don't know nothing about no lead on no roof. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what stories they've been discussing this week. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. Sean's team first. What do you think the nation have been talking about?
People still moaning about the snow.
Well, some people are slightly more moany than others.
Brilliant thing on the news. Another bloke was being interviewed on the news the other day and he was saying, he said, my bins haven't been emptied for a month. And the way he said it was like a euphemism. Nobody's come round to empty my bin. They haven't even given them a lick. I wouldn't mind if someone just came round and just jiggled my bins.
Faye, have your bins been emptied recently?
They were. There was a lack of bin men, and I had left out a big load of beer for them for Christmas, which was still there until earlier this morning.
So they have sex with you for beer?
Why did the sex bit come into it?
Oh, I was thinking of my euphemism.
Yeah, I think you were sticking
It was just
on.
in our heads.
Oh.
Yeah.
But in our heads, it was going brilliantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm now cleared out, as it were.
Have you been affected by the snow, Josie?
I tell you what I saw. I was walking along the road just after it snowed and everyone was moaning about lack of grit. I saw someone had taken it into their own hands and what they'd done was they put loads of flour on the drive and then when they run out of flour, they put loads of oats and then they put loads of sugar. And I was really expecting to see, just next to that, a baker frozen to death. Just...
I've got my own salt. I use these little sachets of salt. What I do is I sprinkle a bit like that. Right, then I get another one out.
I get really pissed off. I get really pissed off by the whole, like, panic buying stuff that everyone talks about, like, panic buying, because there's a food shortage, people go out and they panic buy bread, eggs and milk. Like, to me, that doesn't seem like panic buying in a food shortage. That's quite intelligent buying. Panic buying would be if you went out to the shops during a food shortage and came back with, like, a copy of 40 Towers and a dildo. I panicked!
Is there a business opportunity here, Peter?
I don't... What, with dildos?
No. Although...
Do you know what I think, though? I don't know whether everybody else thinks the same, but this weather, you've got some nutters on the road.
I did see the two guys that drove on the canal this week. Did you see that?
Great, wasn't it?
You know, the best thing about the story, so it was guys, they got their car, whatever it was, a little tiny Citroen, they drove it along a canal and it went into the water and it reported that they both made it out alive and so did the dog. They took a dog.
Maybe the dog was driving. That's why they're on the canal. You know, sometimes you go to your dog, go on, you have a go. Sellotape his paws to the wheel. I'll do the gears, don't worry about the pedals. That's what happened.
Let's have a look and see whether the cold weather is still one of the most talked about things. Yes, of course it is. Yes, this is the news that the UK is still in the midst of the coldest winter for 30 years. A headmaster in Hampshire claims some pupils are struggling to make it into school because of the bad weather. He said of the 320 sitting maths A-level, 280 were in the exam hall when the exam started. Another 30 turned up 20 minutes later. 4 people went to the toilet, but only 3 returned. Then 42 left the building. How many were there at the end of the exam? Many people in the north have been bulk buying food because they're fat, greedy bastards.
What's that about? Well, just because people are buying milk and bread, we like milky bread. What's that?
Milky bread, yeah, bulk buying in Greggs.
We love it. Greggs is still open. They don't care if it's snowing. It's great. You can just slide straight in and put a pasty straight in your mouth.
Jason, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
The election battle heats up, apparently, because there's no other news. They've gone, there's an election in 6 months, and that's one of the stuff. So even, like, the Lib Dems have had to come up with proper policies, you know, because when you've got no chance of winning, you can basically say what you want, can't you? So for ages, they've been going, yeah, Jaffa Cakes will be one of your 5 a day, and everyone can have a rope slide to work, you know what I mean?
Who's your money on in the election, Faye?
I'm very much enjoying the idea that the Labour Party of giving voters presents if they vote for them. They've said that they'll give poor people laptops, which is very nice. Is he going to give them Wiis as well, maybe? Some chocolate?
Give everyone a little bit of chocolate.
I'll just give you a little bit of chocolate if you vote for me.
He might empty their bins.
Gordon Brown got a laugh in Parliament this week. He got a laugh. This is the easiest gig you've ever seen, right? He basically said that Hune and Hewitt, he was going to put them down a salt mine. Yeah, I know. That was the gag, right? He says he's going to put them down a salt mine for what they've done in last week, and it got a laugh. I was like, they're laughing at that shit. They should watch an episode of You've Been Framed. They'll have an heart attack.
Let's have a look and see whether the election is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, the nation's been talking about the imminent election. This week, Brown told backbenchers, I'm not our team, I'm one of the team. And remember, Gordon, there's no I in team. Or in your left socket. Sean, Josie and Faye, what else have the nation been talking about?
Well, they've been talking about girls.
Don't
know why I put that voice on now.
Celebrity Big Brothers.
Really? Did you watch that?
No, I don't have time. I do not have time in my life for CBB. The CBBC, yes. CBB, no time. No time.
There was a really sinister bit with Base Hunter the other night where he was sat there and there's been obviously a thing between him and Katia, and she went, oh, wouldn't it be really funny if we still were, like, lying together in the same bed and then we got tucked in by Stephanie, and he went, and nobody does this in real life, he said, yes, that would be funny. And then she walked out, and then to himself just went, very funny. like a bad guy in a Bond film.
I love the fact that Katia's gone from Ronnie Wood to Bass Hunter as well. It's like such a musical downgrade.
She's seen Ronnie Wood naked. That can't be nice. I imagine it's like him naked. It's like, you know, like if you have a box of KFC after you've thrown the bones back in. That's probably what it looks like. Just a bit of bone and some flesh on it and some knuckles.
Let's have a look and see whether Big Brother is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, Celebrity Big Brother continues. This week, Katia, Heidi and Lady Sovereign were all up for eviction. And it was difficult to know who to choose, but I think I'd have to say kill Heidi, shag Katia and marry Lady Sovereign. Jason, Jack and Peter, what else have the nation been talking about?
Is it Iris Robinson. The lady...
Mrs.
Robinson, who had the affair with the 19-year-old boy. And then they revealed in the newspapers that she gave him 50 grand and he spent it on a cafe.
Apparently she arranged for him to have the money. She didn't give him the money.
It's like, he's 19 years old. What a weirdo. And I was 19, if I was given 50 grand, I would amass an armada of pornography and then wank myself into a coma.
She wanted to have sex with him or something, and he said, I can't. I've got testicular cancer.
I like the idea that he might have gone, oh, we can't see each other anymore, I've got cancer. And she went, no, it's fine. And he went, of the balls? I can't do it anymore.
But that is... I mean, we've all been there, haven't we, when we're breaking up with someone and you pretend that you've got a disease that's going to kill you, don't you? And then it's embarrassing, isn't it? 6 months later when you bump into them and they're like, I thought you were dying and that. No, no, it's just cold. Just a cold.
It's just sex, though. I mean, she's 60, he's 19. They've got a lot in common, like they're both growing their first moustache.
But it is a bit sexist, the whole thing with this Mrs. Robinson thing, because if it was a guy that had done it, you wouldn't even be able to get a statement out of him, because he'd be too busy getting a high five off everyone he'd ever met.
I'd just like to apologise to... Sorry. With you in a minute. And let's have a look and see whether Peter Robinson is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, Peter Robinson, Northern Ireland's First Minister, has announced that he'll be stepping down for 6 weeks to look after family matters. I feel sorry for him. Not only has he got these family matters to attend to, but his wife has been caught giving £50,000 to a teenager she's been fucking. Never rains, but it pours, eh, Peter? One more thing to get fingers on buzzers. Oh, Sean.
Well, I thought Stop and Search. They've banned Stop and Search. Where a couple won a case so the police are no longer allowed to stop and search.
There was a couple I read that got paid £30,000 worth of compensation because they got wrongly stopped and searched. For 30 grand, I would let someone stop and search the inside of my arse.
Are you in?
Oh,
no. Peter, what you should have said is I'll put in 10%. See if I like it, and then I'll make a commitment.
I was pulled over by the police once for speeding. I got out very nervous and my trousers fell down. I was standing in my pants and my button had gone at the same moment that I burst out of the car.
I bet you didn't get a ticket, did you?
I got 3 points on my licence. I was wearing my big period pants. That might have had something to do with it.
Although, I don't mind.
You don't mind a bigger pant?
I don't mind a larger pant. I'm fine with that.
I wish you'd stopped and searched.
I just might. Things seem to be going pretty well.
Did they search you as well? Did they search you as well?
No, there was no need. He could see everything.
I see.
I can tell you Stop and Search wasn't one of the most talked about things this week. Right, fingers on buzzers.
Google have come out and threatened to pull out of China. But I think it's all a publicity stunt, though.
Think?
Well, because there's 330 million people online in China. It's one of the biggest markets out there. They've got 30% market share at the moment. I'm a bit serious, aren't I? But it's true.
Google, it's not just Google, is it? Like, over there, you can't even get YouTube. There's 1 billion Chinese people who have never seen that fat bloke pretending he's a Jedi. Can you imagine Google stopping? Just for a second. Imagine they went, well, and we're pulling out of Britain. Imagine that. It'd be like the beginning of the apocalypse. You couldn't even search for another search engine.
Oh. I'd rather lose a lung.
Be back to wandering around in the woods looking for porn under trees.
I know. The reason they got Larry in the first place, wasn't it? Because people had their, Gmails hacked into. Yeah. It's like, I can completely sympathise with that, because I had my Gmail hacked into a couple of weeks ago, and it sent out an email to everyone I'd ever met, asking them whether they wanted to buy reasonably priced Ugg boots. And it gets so annoying, because everyone's like, oh, yeah, your email's been hacked into. Eventually, I got bored. I was just like, no, actually, it hasn't been hacked into. I just bought really good Ugg boots, and I wanted to pass on the good news.
Who thought it was a good idea to start sending spam porn emails? Like, you're already on the internet. I don't need you to go, do you want some porn? I wasn't thinking about it, but now you've mentioned it, yes, I do.
You two look at a lot of porn, don't you?
Yeah.
You're not getting... There's much more to life. Young lads like you should be out on a windswept hill with a kite. Have you never played table tennis? It's a marvellous game. You should get out of the house, have a game of table tennis or something like that.
Let's have a look and see whether Google threatening to pull out of China is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, this is the news that Google is thinking of withdrawing from China. In China, Google is a very modern way of finding out information. The previous method of finding things out was bamboo under fingernails. Where can I see a video of a cat on a skateboard? You've got to tell me. I can't do a Chinese voice, so I'm doing this one instead. So those were the most talked about stories this week. And in other news, good news for the fans of the collapse of civilization, the 5th series of Dancing on Ice has started on ITV. I'd just like to say to the competitors, break a leg. That would be good telly. And former government spin doctor Alistair Campbell has appeared in front of the Iraq inquiry. Sadly, the inquiry failed to ask Alistair Campbell the key question we all wanted to know the answer to. How do you sleep at night, you fucking monster? At the end of that round, Sean, Faye and Josie have 2 points. Jason, Peter and Jack have 3 points. So our next round is pick of the polls. Jason, Peter and Jack, your turn first. What do you like the look of?
We'll pick the moody girl.
So you've chosen the picture of the angry-looking child.
Yes.
Here's a clip from the American version of Wife Swap to illustrate the question.
At the Hollands, Joy jumps into action and forces the family to junk the junk.
Definitely no cheese in the can. Very happy to be throwing this away.
It's bacon.
No, I want my bacon. I gotta tell you something. Bacon is good for me. That's not how she can do it in our family. She's act like she's the queen and we're the sorry people. Joy, I have been nice to you, but now I'm coming to the edge.
I promise you one thing, okay? If you do not have at least one food that you like, I will buy you a piece of junk. Is that a deal?
No, I keep losing at deals, and I don't want to make a deal anymore. I am leaving, and you can't stop me. I'm packing my bags. She's going to try to stop me, but she can't run in those little high heels. See, this face again.
That's from the American version of Wife Swap. He looks very young to be married. Here is your question. 21% of parents have used a parenting tip from a TV programme. True or false?
Actually specific parenting show?
I reckon they have, from Nanny.
Well, there's a few. There was Nanny...
Super Nanny.
There was Super Nanny.
Sit on the step. You know
the naughty step.
The naughty step. I've used that.
So where's your naughty step?
I've got a couple of stairs in the house.
I would imagine you've got
I've
loads,
a choice
haven't you?
of which
Yeah.
one. I've got 5 kids, so I can send them off in different staircases.
My two are, are only 5 months, so they're not really naughty, are they? I mean,
they're twins.
They're twins,
so
yeah.
Naughty. But do you really think that you could tell your 5-month-old off at this stage? Don't you think it's a bit early to start telling them to sit on the naughty step?
No, I mean, no, just put them on the naughty step. Just lie down like a rocker on the naughty step. One of them does cry more than the other one, right? And than our favourite one. And there's one crying. The other one sometimes does look at me like, she is doing my head right. I'm siding with her a little bit, going, I know, it's mad, isn't it?
I saw a programme the other day and it said you shouldn't lie. You should never lie to your children. Which is an insane thing to say because, things like when they say, like, are there monsters under my bed? Well, you'd say, no, there aren't monsters under my bed. And they say, are there monsters outside? You go, well, they are, but they don't look like monsters. They're ordinary men and women who can do terrible things.
Did you get to stay up late to watch the show this evening? Lovely Uncle Sean's got some stories, hasn't he? 21% of parents have used a parenting tip from a TV programme, true or false? So what are you going to go with, Jason?
I think it's probably right.
Yeah,
true. You're going to go true? OK,
Yep.
Sean, what are you saying?
Well, I like a bit of fun, a bit of a gambler. They call me the gambler. Come on, ladies, let's roll.
What do we...
Yeah, we'll go the opposite, what they said.
OK.
For a bit of fun.
OK, I can tell you the answer is true.
Oh.
Yes, 21% of parents have used a tip from a TV programme. The best parenting tip I ever got was to test the temperature of the bath using a baby's elbow. OK, Sean's team, what do you like the look of?
The 2 fingers, the God, the creation of the universe.
OK, you've chosen God. In a poll to find the most famous person in the world, God came second. Who came top?
The most famous... It's got to be someone unexpected.
No, it has to be someone famous.
And in the world.
Unexpected would be someone not famous.
That'd be good, like Cliff.
Oh, Trevor Collins. Trevor Collins, who's he? Well, I think he works for Autoglass or something.
Be awkward at dinner if it's Jesus, wouldn't it? I bet he'd rub it in his face. Ah! I'm the most famous dad in your face. Ah!
Where's Jesus from again? Where was he born again?
He's local.
Would it be like David Beckham?
No, it's quite low down.
Might it be the Queen?
Might it be the Queen? It might have been the Queen.
Simon Cowell.
Is the right answer.
No.
Yes, I can tell you it's Simon Cowell. So in a poll to find the most famous person in the world, God lost out to Simon Cowell. Another small victory for the Dark Lord in the eternal battle between good and evil. So at the end of that round, it's 2 points for Sean's team and 5 points for Jason's team. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your first one. Most common social faux pas.
Is it saying goodbye to somebody and then walking in the same direction for a bit? I'll see you later, all right.
I know a real bad one from my point of view, because I'm lucky enough to fly in a jet. My little daughter, Isabella, she's 3. She's never flown on a commercial plane before, and we went to Barbados. And then walking on the plane, we're getting taken to our seats. And she turns around and says in the loudest possible voice, "Daddy, what are all these people doing on our plane?"
Did you just put some money in her mouth?
My daughter's never been on a commercial plane. Imagine people watching Channel 4 on a Friday night are thinking, oh, finally someone we can relate to. Most common social faux pas, come on.
Is it murder?
Is there anything you want to tell us?
Is it twanging your mother-in-law's bra strap?
That's all right.
Jean?
To do with manners?
Thank yous and not saying thank you.
Not saying thank you is the right answer. Yes, the most common social faux pas is not saying thank you. Of course, the term faux pas is French, as is not saying thank you. Greatest idea ever.
Don't tell him.
What was the band that you signed up?
Hamfatter.
Hamfatter. Can you get me tickets to see them at Wembley?
They're a great band.
Where are they,
But I
though?
couldn't get anybody to play their music.
The other thing, you invested in a wheelie bin lid lifter. Ooh. Did you invest in that to make it easier to throw away the other things you'd invested in?
I invested in Levi Roots. Who must have heard of Reggae Sauce?
Big time, yeah. I walk past it all the time.
He's the most...
Oh, yeah, Muscat. No, I'll go with something I trust and know. That's what
I've got a sauce.
That sounds horrible.
I've got a sauce. It's called Sean's Secret Sauce. Coming out, it's a very secret recipe. I make it at midnight when I'm drunk. I switch the lights off in the kitchen. I just make it like that. Some weeks it's delicious. Some weeks it's poisonous. So I'm going to make loads. I'm going to make millions. Because if you talk to Levi Roots, a fellow saucier...
Well, he sung for his sauce. Do you remember that?
He did,
Yeah. Put some music in my food today. Give me some reggae sauce.
Yeah.
Nice. What's your song?
My song. Da-da-da-da, shh, shh, da-da-da-da, shh, da-da-da-da-da-da. Sean, sauce.
OK, greatest ever idea.
I reckon it's Sainsbury's self-service checkout, or the buy one, get 5 for free system. I haven't bought anything for, like, months. Like, 10 bags and then a receipt for a packet of Froobs. It's brilliant.
If you do it wrong, it starts to shout at you, and it tells everybody in the shop.
But it's funny.
Something's on the scales, that's wrong! You're like, all right! In the shop!
Next ever idea, saying something back to someone that they've just said in a bit of a mocking voice.
Like what?
That.
I think it might be the wheel.
The wheel is the right answer.
Yes.
The uptake of the wheel utterly transformed Mesopotamia in the 4th millennium BC and Ireland in the 1950s. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Faye and Josie have 3 points, Jason, Peter and Jack have 6 points. They're the winners. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience and to all of you watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.
Show.